Alrighty, we are on the second video of naming metallic compounds. Okay, this is the second one. Now in the first video I showed you how you would name basic metallic compounds. I showed you the Roman numerals 1 through 10, 1 through 5, 6 through 10, and I showed you how these come about as far as getting their names correct. We did iron 3 chloride, we did iron 2 chloride. Okay, in this video I'm going to show you one where we'll do it where it reduces. Okay, now let's say they gave you the name nickel 2 oxide. They wanted you to write the formula. Now when you're given this name, this is kind of easy. Now when they give the Roman numeral, you know the charge on the nickel. Now the symbol of nickel is Ni, and when they tell you 2, you know the charge of it. So it's Ni plus 2. Now oxide, we know oxygen is O negative 2. Now just like in the earlier videos doing ionic compounds, we can reduce these. Okay, so the pluses go away, minus goes away, so you're just left with a 2 and 2. The 2's can be reduced to a 1 and a 1, and remember, we don't write ones. So the formula for nickel 2 oxide is just NiO. Now, there's another version of nickel. Now remember, when you get something in the green on the periodic table, which is something out of the D block, something that's not in the first 2 columns, and you're getting into the D block, a little bit of the P block down here in the metals, right in here, then use the back of this sheet. Okay, on the back of this sheet, if you see Roman numerals of it, then there's different versions of it. So let's see, nickel, Ni. If you look, you'll see that nickel, I'll find it sooner or later. I'm slow right now, so forgive me. I don't see nickel. Oh, there it is. You have nickel 2 and nickel 3. So let's say that you had nickel 3 oxide. Okay, this is another simple one. Okay, nickel 3 oxide. Once again, the nickel 3 tells you that you have Ni plus 3, and we're just writing the formulas. Oxide would be O negative 2. You no longer need the plus sign and the minus sign. Okay, so let's bring these down because they can't reduce. So the formula for nickel 3 oxide is Ni2O3, and that's the formula for nickel 3 oxide. Now let's say that they gave us a formula. Okay, let's say the formula that they give us is the following. Let's say I'm looking on the sheet right now. Let's say that they gave us the following. Let's say they gave us M O big O 3. This is a hard one. I did this one in class, so let's make sure that we can do this. Now, if you're trying to name this, the best thing to do is to work backwards. Okay? Now, what I mean by work backwards is make sure you know every subscript that's here. I see a 3. I don't see any other number. Well, there is another subscript here. You can't see it, but it is the number 1. Let me see if I can find another color of marker, and I'll try to write that in for you. I'll use a green Expo because that's all I've got. And it's actually a 1. Okay? Now, there's a 1. Now, I got all my subscripts labeled. Now I'm going to bring them up. Now, when I bring them up, that shows that this MO originally had a charge of plus 3. So I would begin to think that this is molybdenum 3 oxide. Okay, but when I write down this O, right here it says that that O is a 1. And remember, anything on the right side is a negative charge. It's a negative ion. Now, that should raise a question to you because oxygen is not a negative 1 charge. Look where oxygen is on the periodic table. Oxygen is in column 16, which has a -2 charge. That's double. That's 2 times more, because 1 times 2 is 2, so that's twice as many. So what you have to do is you have to change these numbers. You have to double them. Okay, so this -1 and this +3 are wrong. It really should be -2, because I'm doubling the -1. I got to double this 3, and I make it a +6. What we really have here is mobidium. Now I can't spell that without looking at the sheet. Mobidium is MOLYBDENUM, and it's 6. Not 3, but 6. And remember, 6 is Vi oxide. Now that's one of the hard ones. I'll do some more of the more difficult ones in the next video. But this is one that you need to make sure that you know how to do. Okay? Alright guys, I'll see you later in video 3. Hope this helps.